Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney. Just want to pop on here real quick. Today's Feature Friday pattern is I'm going to say it's my favorite Love Notions pattern. $5 today only, and it is the Metra Blazer. The code 10TKS is going to get you an additional 10% off that sale price. If you do not have this knit blazer in your pattern stash, it is such a fantastic layering piece. I have 3 of them in my wardrobe. You guys have seen them. I absolutely love them. It's my favorite knit blazer pattern. And it's I think I would call it my favorite layering piece. It just makes everything a little bit more upscale and a little bit more polished. So if you do not have this pattern yet, you definitely want to add it to your catalog, especially it being only $5 today. It's a really great price for that. All right, let's go on, and we're going to talk about coats today. So let's get on to the actual video, and I'll see you guys later. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney, and we are in officially the depths of winter. I feel like mid-January feels like the depths of winter, and we're going to talk about coats today because this is the perfect time to be I guess the perfect time to be coat sewing is probably like into summer, so then you have time to sew your coat and then wear it for all the cold months. But I, for one, I've also got Gidget here with me. I, for one, I have a hard time steeling myself up for coat making when it's not coat wearing weather. It probably does make sense to be able to make your coats early and then have time to wear them. But I don't know. I'm always in the mood to coat make about the January time frame. And then usually into February, I'm ready to start making sundresses. So I don't know what that means. But anyway, we're kind of in that time of year. And I'm actually, with Jenny, we're going to be recreating a coat that she's been eyeing, a designer coat that she's been eyeing here soon. And so I thought this would be the perfect time, if you're also thinking about maybe tackling a coat project, to go over my top 5 most worn coats. So these are the coats that, in fact, one of them's been in my closet for a really long time. All of these have been in my closet a fair amount of time, but one of them has been in my closet like a ton. So these are my top coats that I just grab over and over again. Now, these aren't my jackets. I've classify those in a different category. So like my moto jackets, I've got a couple of leather moto jackets, a leather crop. I've got other jackets that I wear quite frequently when the weather allows, but these are coats. So middle of winter, cold weather coats. These are the top 5 that I wear the most, that are in rotation the most. So we are going to go over those today. All right. And I'm kind of putting these in order of what I wear. Well, not really. My top coat that I wear the absolute most is the last one I'll talk about, but the other 4 are kind of, it just depends on my mood. All right, coat number 1 is Know Me Patterns ME2001. I made this coat, this is probably my newest one, but I made this coat last year, and it was a recreation of a Dan Levy look for a credit card, was it or a bank? Maybe it was, I can't remember. It was an ad though, like a commercial, is what I'm trying to say. A commercial. And I just loved his outfit. It was kind of preppy and classic, and I wanted to recreate it. And I had all the pieces of it except for the coat. And so I used a beautiful wool coating from Minerva. Mine's more of a rust color, whereas his was more of a camely brown. But I love this thing. It's got the oversized collar. It's got the big cuff straps that are on there. It's longer. It feels very current to me, very modern, and it's super easy to throw on over pretty much anything. So even if I'm wearing something with a little bit bigger sleeve, it'll fit on over this. I wear this a ton to church. It's one of my go-to throw on coats because I feel put together and it's warm. Obviously it's fully lined. It's just a really great coat for the colder months. Also, if I'm going, I don't have a button on it. It's an open coat. I could put a button, and I may still. So this wouldn't be a coat that I would necessarily wear if I were going to be outdoors shopping, outdoors for a long amount of time, or walking around. I don't know, if I were going to be outside walking around for some reason. I don't know, this wouldn't probably be the coat that I would grab. But if I'm going to any kind of event, it's just going to be an in and out of the car type of situation, such as church or, I don't know, like a concert or something like that. Definitely this one, because it's just really easy to throw on and off, and because it's so oversized, it's easy to move around in. All right, coat number 2. This is the Grainline Yates coat. I actually made this one in conjunction with Minerva. They were putting together, they do kits. So every now and again, they'll have like a new kit release, and it'll be a certain, sometimes they'll pick like, it'll be a certain pattern, and sometimes they'll pick, 3 or 4 different fabrics, but they'll put it into a kit. So if you're interested in making that exact garment, it has everything in it, the buttons, the thread, the, whatever notions you need, everything. And this was a kit of theirs a couple years ago now, and I just love it. So this is actually considered a vegan wool, which it's a viscose and polyester blend. And I wasn't sure how I would feel about it, but you know what? It's wearing really well. I was worried that it would get pilly, but it really hasn't. And so I'm very impressed with how it wears. Now, I love this coat. Number one, I think the cut is very classic. I will wear this one if I'm out and about, have to be outdoors for a while, depending on how cold it is. This is a pretty warm coat, but it has the deeper V in the front. Now, it makes it perfect for like throwing a scarf on with it, and you can do a lot of bright colors. You guys know how I feel about gray weather in the winter. It really gets me down. So wearing bright outerwear helps boost my mood. Actually, you know what? I need to knit a really bright, fun hat to go with this coat, to be honest. Just something to really brighten things up. But yeah, this is a really wonderful kind of a pea coat style-ish. It's got snaps there in the front. Again, I was gifted everything to make this coat, and because I was making it in conjunction with Minerva, and I'm so glad that I was given this pattern because, again, I wear this one a ton, and that bright yellow just really brightens my mood. It's a really good coat. Okay, and next up is the Waffle Patterns Bamboo Coat. Now, I had made this, gosh, maybe the beginning of 2021 or 2022, I can't remember. But this was a Sew the Look. There was a J. Crew coat that I was really eyeing in this bright orange, and I made this coat to match that. Just like with the bright yellow coat, this lifts my mood. I love a good, pop of bright color, obviously. And the bright orange, people comment on it all the time. This is another wool poly blend wool from Minerva as well, I believe. And it's been a wonderful coat. I will link to the original where I can find them. The last coat doesn't have one, I don't think. But if I can find videos, I think the other 4 do have videos that go with it if you want to know more information about each of these coats. So I will link those down below as well as the patterns. But I was, number one, over the moon with how this came out. It looks just like the J. Crew coat I was trying to recreate. I used the bamboo coat, but I used the expansion collar on for this one, and I think the expansion collar also came with a zip front option, which is what I used. But it's got the cute little like zip pockets, like welt pockets that are there in the front that work really well, and it's just a really simplistic, like kind of a minimalist coat, but yeah, and it zips all the way up, so it's very warm to wear. Throw on some gloves and I'm good to go. Anyway, love this coat. It's a real winner. Next is the Itch to Stitch leggin coat. I was a tester for this one. Now, this is a coat that I grab when I'm wanting to look more posh and like put together. So I wear this to, I probably don't wear this one as much as the other 5, only because it's kind of my special event coat. So, if we're going to a nicer concert, if we were going to like a winter wedding, for instance, if we were going to, things where you have to be quite a bit more dressed up, this is the coat that I grab. It's a fit and flare. It comes with the cup sizes. I used a wool, I think it was a coating, I guess, but it's from my stash. It came from my mentor, Joyce, from her stash when she was doling all of that out a few years ago now, quite a few years ago now, but anyway, it's a cream coat. I mean, I have to be careful that I don't get makeup on it or anything else, but other than that, I feel like it feels very classic. It feels bright. It feels very quiet luxury type feeling. But yes, this is a coat that I wear when I'm wanting to be just a little bit more polished, and it's my fancy coat. This is my fancy coat. Okay, and then the final coat that I have on this list is my Closet Core Patterns Kelly Anorak. Guys, I made this one maybe beginning of 2019, end of 2018. It was right after I started the channel. I made this coat, and I wear this all the time. So this is the Closet Core Kelly Anorak with the lining expansion pattern as well. But I quilted all of my lining pieces to Thinsulate and then put them into the coat. And this is my winter coat. It's really cold outside. I wear this with, gloves and scarf and hat, and I am bundled up. So this is my deep winter. Function is the most important. This is my most worn coat of all of them. Yeah, it's my winter coat. It's what I would consider my winter coat. It's just a cotton twill on the outside that I got from Joann's. That's the main fabric, but and it's a Liberty Tonalon that I quilted to Thinsulate in the body and the hood. The sleeves, I quilted the Thinsulate to like Bimberg rayon, I think. So it's slippery, so I can get my arms easily in and out of the sleeves. Again, I just wear this thing a ton. It has been such a workhorse in my wardrobe. I've had it in there like 5 years, and it's still going strong. There's no need for me to replace it. So it's not even looking really worn. So other than just being maybe cleaned, I could probably use a trip to the dry cleaner, but other than that, this thing has gone the distance. I mean, this picture, I have blonde hair. So this was well before 2020, because 2020 is, well, actually 2019, the end of summer of 2019 is when I colored my hair back to its natural color. Then I had my colors done in 2020. So anyway, yeah, this one's an oldie, but a real good one. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 5 most worn coat patterns. So if a couple of these, maybe you haven't heard of or aren't aware of, again, I'll link the original videos down below if you want to go take a look at those. But yeah, have a look. Make up a list. What are some coats that you guys are ready to sew? Are you brave enough to sew a coat? They really aren't that hard. In fact, I find them quite fun. I have to be in the right frame of mind in order to really buckle down and want to tackle one. But honestly, with coats, I feel like the prep work is what's most time consuming. So like interfacing your pieces and, getting all the different pieces cut out, the outer, the lining and all of that. Once you start sewing, it really isn't that bad. And I think they're a lot of fun, and they really do stand the test of time in your closet, and it'll be me-mates that you reach for year after year. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a good weekend. I hope you get some sewing in this weekend. I hope the weather is not too gray wherever you are, and I will see you guys again on Tuesday. Have a good one. Bye.